Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. Just yesterday, I made a video on how to make this from a tip from one of my math gurus. And I started thinking this might be a little bit difficult for some. So let's make it another way. I'm going to take an ellipse, but I'm also going to take a three-sided polygon, which is a triangle. And then I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm actually going to hit T to put it to select it all and hit T to put it to the top, which doesn't really do where I want, but I'm going to put it up here. I'm going to hold down the control button. Now I'm going to get the shape tool. I'm going to select it all and I'm going to right click and turn it all into a curve. So instead of using, and because it's a polygon, it's going to react like this. And you could change this to whatever you want. I wouldn't suggest that. Let's back up here. And you want this part below the line. So let's call that good. Now we could use the virtual segment delete key, but we can save a step by welding it. And now we have that. Control D and make a duplicate. And we can bring it in. But I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. Now I'm going to select both those. And I'm going to go to blend. And I'm going to blend it 5 times, let's say. And you get that right there. I'm not all excited, so let's back up here. Let's actually kind of start over. I don't like the roughness of the points. So let's zoom in here. And let's take our smoothing tool. Let's set it on something like 2 inches. And let's grab this right here and just smooth it out. Now, we're not being symmetrical by doing this, but I'm just doing one side. So what I'm going to do now is hit a 2-point line and hit P. Take the virtual segment delete key and delete this time. We can go ahead and get rid of our line. And we can Control D and make a duplicate. While holding down the control button, use the 2-sided arrow, and we get that. Now we need to join that together. This time I am going to use the Smart Fill tool and do that right there. I'm going to left click, right click. And I could do, we blended it before. Let's don't blend it this time. Let's contour. I think that's the way I did it before. Let's contour to the inside, 1/4 of an inch, and let's do 6 steps. You get maybe a better contour. It's not quite enough. Let's do a 0.5, 6 steps, and that'll work. Now we need to do the same thing we did before. I'm going to go ahead and hit P, put it in the center of the page. I'm going to go to Object Break Contour Apart, and I need to get all of them ungrouped. You know what? That's not what I did. Let's back up here. I'm sorry about that. Let's hit P, put that in the center of the page. Control D and make a duplicate, holding down the Shift key so it'll grow smaller. And now let's take this and let's hit B to put it to the bottom. Now let's blend it. I think that is the way I did it yesterday. Effects, blend. We're going to blend the 5 times, and you get that. That's much better. And that's going to give us a starting point. I'm going to take a 2-point line and hit P. I'm going to cut the line off. So now the bottom of the line is where it needs to be. I'm going to double click on it and I'm going to move the rotation of the node. And I'm going to rotate it 45 degrees. Control D and make a duplicate, and I'm going to rotate it a negative 45 degrees. You could either do that or mirror it. We don't have to cut this out. I'm going to Control G to group it. And now I'm going to use my Smart Fill tool and do this right here. It's going to be more like he had the other day. I'm going to nudge those out of the way. I'm going to Control G to group it, Control D to duplicate it, double click on the rotation and put it right there. Not there. So I'm going to back up, zoom in, and I'm going to move it to the center. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. Control D and rotate it. Sometimes Corel does that. I'll do 180, Control D. And now you have a completely different look is pretty cool. And yeah, I could have done more lines, more blends, but I think that gets the point across. Anyway, I hope that helped you a little bit in something in the future, and thank you for watching.